Om Gurureva Ghati Gurumeva Bhaji Guru Naiva Sakhasmi Namo Gurave Na Guruf Paramam Shishurasmi Guruhu Matirasti Guru Mama Pahi Guru सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेदमभेदकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहघातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः. We are seeing Srimad Bhagavada Purana and we are seeing Canto 9 in it. And we are seeing the Chandra Vamsha, the line of the Chandra Vamsha and the line of Pururava's. Pururava's son was Ayus and his son was Nahusha. And Nahusha had 6 sons. And his eldest son Yayati, he was so much interested in Atma Vidya. So he did not take up the responsibility of ruling the kingdom because he very well knew that if he become king, then his interest will be diverted towards the worldly life. So he rejected the kingdom which was given by his father, Nahusha. And so Nahusha's second son, Yayati, he took that rulership. He became the king. And King Yayati, he had 2 wives. One was the daughter of the Ashura king Vrikshaparva, and other was the daughter of the Ashura Guru Shukracharya. So now Raja Parikshit asked Shukra Brahmarishi that how is it possible that he married the daughter of the king and as well as the Guru? And Shukra Brahmarishi said that Sarmishtha was the daughter of the Ashura king Vrishaparva. And Devayani was the daughter of the Ashura Guru Shukracharya. In the beginning, Sarmishtha and Devayani were very good friends. And once Sarmishtha, she roamed in the garden of the palace and also in the forest area. And Devayani, along with many of the friends of Sarmishtha, they all went to the forest garden and they just played some sports there. And they saw a lake. So they all went inside the lake and they were doing some water sports, pouring water on each other, laughing, playing like that. At that time, Bhagavan Parameshwara along with Uma Devi, they traveled on their aerial vehicle. So when Sarmishtha saw that, all of them, they felt somewhat and they wanted to respect Bhagavan. So they all came to the banks of the lake and they put on their dresses. And by mistake, Sarmishtha, that is the daughter of the king, she put on the dress of Devayani, who is the daughter of Shukracharya. By mistake, she wore that dress. Devayani could have ignored it, isn't it? But she got very angry, very annoyed. She said that, you are wearing the dress of a Brahmana? These Brahmanas, only by their austerity, this entire universe itself was created. And it is by the Brahmanas the Vedas are practiced and taught to all others. And these Brahmanas, they come from the face of Bhagavan. Even the Supreme Being respects Brahmana. Without the Brahmana, there cannot be any creation. And moreover, I come from the line of the Bhrigus. And moreover, my father is your father's guru. your father and your father family are the disciple of my father. How dare you wear my dress? It is just like when you keep some offering for the yajna, and if a dog come and consume it, how will it be? It is just like that, she said. Sarmishtha got very angry. For such a silly thing, you're getting so much of angry and hurting me like this? And she said that Bhalibhujaha yatha asmaham grihana pradikshase kim. That is, you are just like a watchdog in my palace. You and your family, father. You are just like the watchdog in our palace. Whatever we give, you take, and you are speaking to me like this. She got angry, and Sarmishta, that is the daughter of the king Vrishabharva, she pushed Devayani inside a cooper, that is inside a well, and they all went back to the palace. Devayani was making so many distress calls. Please help me. Is anyone there? No reply from anywhere because it's a forest area like that. At that time, maybe out of providence, due to providence, Raja Yayati, he was going for hunting by that way. He was coming on his horseback. And he heard some distress call of a young girl. And she searched everywhere, he couldn't find anywhere. And at last he looked inside the well. A girl was clinging to the wall of the well, and please help me, she cried. And immediately Raja Yayati, he took his robe and put the cloth inside the well, and she climbed, Devayani somehow managed to climb out of the well. And now Devayani said to Raja Yayati that Hastagraha paro ma bhut गृहीधायास्त्वया हि मे येष ईक्षकृतो वीर सम्बन्धो नौ न पौरुषः यदीदं कुबलग्नाय भवतो darshanam mama. She said that let there not be any man in my life other than you to hold my hand. Now you have held my hand, and you made me to come out of the well, out of that difficult situation. So let there not be any other man in my life to hold my hand. And it is by providence that you came here, or otherwise no one would have noticed me and I would have died, isn't it? So by providence or by divine will, you came here. You alone came here. No one else came before you. And so you saved me. So you have to take care of my life. And moreover, I cannot marry a Brahmana because of the sapa of another Brahmana, that is Kacha. He was the son of Brihaspati, Guru Brihaspati. So because of his sapa, I cannot marry any other Brahmana also. So now you marry me, she asked him. Actually, he didn't have this idea in his mind. When he heard a distress call of an young girl, he just saw everywhere and he saved her, that's all. But when Devayani said all this, he agreed to it. He also thought maybe it's because of providence. And so he agreed to it, and they both went back to their home. That is, Raja to the palace again, and Devayani went to her father. Now, Devayani reported all this to her father, King Guru Shukracharya. She said that this Sarmishta said that we are just like watchdogs of her house. And how dare she can say that? When Shukracharya heard it, he also was much worried about the words of Sarmishta, and they just wanted to leave the palace. Now, King Vrishabharva, he came to know of that Shukracharya and his daughter are going away from the palace. What Shukracharya said was, it is great to live in the Unjavritti. That is, the Unjavritti means the grains fallen in the marketplace or on the field. The Brahmanas, they go and collect it and they live their livelihood with that. Some Brahmanas during that time, they do that. So it is better to live in that Unjavritti than to live in the palace when Sarmishtha, and because that's the idea of them, isn't it? They're just like, you are their watchdog, he's a preceptor guru. So he wanted to leave the palace. When King Vrishabharva, he came to know of the decision of Guru Shukracharya, he came running and he just prostrated before Shukracharya. He held his legs and said, please pardon me. Please pardon my daughter. She was so young. And please pardon her. He requested and begged Shukracharya not to leave the house. And Shukracharya said that if I want to stay in this house, then you have to obey my daughter Devayani. I cannot abandon my daughter Devayani. She is my only daughter. If I want to stay here in the palace, you have to obey her. And he said, Rajan asyaha kama kriyatam. So I cannot abandon her. Do what my daughter says, he said. And King Vrishabharva also accepted to it because he wanted Shukracharya. More than Shukracharya leaving his palace, what he was worried was, if the Devas come to know of it, they will call Shukracharya, and all the ideas and all the plan of Shukracharya, it will go to the Devas, isn't it? So they're enemies. So he don't want Shukracharya to leave him. And Devayani took this as a good opportunity to punish Sarmishtha. She said, Pitra datta yataha yasye sanugha mam anuyatuhu. That is, wherever I go after marriage, wherever my father give me in marriage, let Sarmishtha follow me with all her attendant maids. That is, as a maid for Devayani, let Sarmishtha follow with all her maids, she demanded. And King Vrishabhanu, without any other option, he agreed to it because he has to agree because he wanted King Guru Shukracharya, isn't it? So he accepted to that demand, and soon Devayani got married to King Yayati, and Devayani went to the palace of King Yayati, and Sarmishtha and all her attendant maids followed Devayani to that palace. So there she was not treated well. Sarmishtha, that is the daughter of the king, was not treated well. She was just kept like a dasi by the king and Devayani. And within 1 year, Devayani as well as Sarmishtha, they were big with the issue of King Yayati. And Devayani gave birth to 2 sons, and one of her sons' name was Yatu. And Sarmishtha gave birth to 3 sons in due time, 3 sons, and her youngest son's name was Puru. When Devayani came to know, at first she doesn't know that Sarmishtha has a child from her husband. But later when she came to know, when the 3 children were born, slowly she came to know of it. And she got very angry with the king, and she went back to her house, to Shukracharya. When Shukracharya came to know of it, he got angry with King Yayati, and he said, Stri kamaha anuda purusha mandandruna viruba karani jaratvam vishatam. You lustful man, let that old age, which is of dumb state, that is not active stage, and it's an ugly stage, let that old age come to you now itself, he said. And suddenly Yayati became very old. And King Yayati requested to Shukracharya, Bhagavan, I have not enjoyed my life itself. And moreover, I have not spent enough time with your daughter. I have not enjoyed life with your daughter. So please pardon me, he requested. And King Yayati said, now I cannot take back this shapa. What I can do is, Yaha abhidasyati tasya vayasa yadha kamam yatyasyata. If anyone is willing to give their youth to you, you can transform or you can exchange your old age to that person and take the youth of that person. That you can do, he said. And Yayati also went back to the palace with so much of disappointment. And he requested the son of Devayani first to exchange this youth. He requested his son to exchange this youth with this old age. The son of Devayani, Yatu, he said, I cannot do it. At least you are of middle age. You have experienced or enjoyed some of your youth. But I am very young. How can I exchange this with you? And Yayati said, it is only because of your grandfather I became like this. And their son Yatu, he did not agree to it. I want to enjoy life. Only when I enjoy, then only I can know the positives and negatives of it and have a distaste for it. I can have an aversion towards it. Only then I can reach my next stage. So I am not ready to give my youth to you, my father, he said. And he requested the sons of Sarmishtha. The first, eldest son of Sarmishtha also did not agree to it. I want to enjoy my youth. It is my right, they said. Then Sarmishta's youngest son, Puru, he agreed to it and he said, Konu loke manushendra pituratma kritha puman pradikartum shamo yasya prasadat bindati param. One who can give an adequate return to a father, that is, who has gifted this body itself, then he will attain only good values. He will have only the highest values in his life. He will attain everything good in his life because he is giving something to his father who has given this body itself. And the father's grace help one to realize that highest destiny itself, he said. And he gave, that is the son Puru, the youngest son of Sarmishta, that is the son of the Dasi, he gave his youth to his father and accepted the old age of his father. And now Puru appeared very old with the skin and all shrinking, and bones and all are not that strong. And Yayati became very young. And with this youth, King Yayati, he enjoyed everything in his life. All the worldly matters he enjoyed. And when life went on like this for many, many years, he experienced all the sense objects with his youthful body. All the worldly enjoyments he experienced with his youthful body. At one stage, he realized that I am experiencing all these worldly enjoyments, but where is my spiritual progress? I am not progressing spiritually. And he said this to his wife, Devayani also. Najadu kama kamanam ubabhogena shamyati havisha krishna vatmeva bhuya eva bivartate. This desire, it can never be satisfied by experiencing the sense objects. It is just like pouring ghee into the fire. It will flare up more and more. So these desires can never be satisfied. We may feel that we have satisfied that desire, but when situation comes, this desire will again pop up. Even by old age, these desires will not die. We have to detach from these desires. Whether it is youth or old age, these desires will never fade off. Desires and attachments do not decay even when man decays by old age. A very good understanding, isn't it? And he said, my desires and attachment do not fade at all. He realized it. Whenever situation comes, it will pop up and this degrades my spiritual progress. So I am going to abandon all this, everything, and wander in the forest without any ego or without any attachment, abandoning everything and even my self-esteem. I'm going to abandon everything and walk in the forest just like an avaduta, he said. He decided like that. So the next thing what he did was, he returned his youth to his son Puru and received back his old age. And next thing he did was, he made Puru as the ruler of this entire land. And he made all the other sons as the subordinate of this king, that is King Puru. So Puru ruled the nation. And because he's the youngest son in the family itself, and he ruled the land. And King Yayati, that is, he renounced everything and he went to the forest. And he just concentrated on the Atma and he attained Bhagavada. Now, what happened to Devayani, the daughter of Shukracharya, was She also understood and realized that this association with the friends, relatives, family, everything, all these are so temporary. Whatever we enjoy, we will not be satisfied by it. And again, it will pop up in our mind. And we can never be satisfied with anything in life because all these are so temporary. We are just like puppets in the hands of the creator. All this she realized. It is everything is so temporary, just like a dream. Whether it is youth or old age or money or position, whatever it is all of these are temporary. So everything is brought up by the Maya of the Lord. So she also abandoned everything, all the attachments in life, and made her mind completely absorbed in Bhagavan. And she renounced even her subtle body. That means there is no impression of the karmic impressions in the body. So she never took birth. She merged in Bhagavan. And Sukha Brahma Rishi in the end says that Namastubhyam Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vedase Sarvabhudadivasaya Shantaya Brihate Namaha. Salutations to that Bhagavan Vasudeva who is all pervading. Vedas say he knows everything and he is the creator. Sarva Bhudadi Vasaya, he resides in all beings as the Antaratma. Shantaya always is calm. Brihate, who is infinite, to that supreme being, to that all-pervading being, I salute. Namaste, he says. I will continue with the line of the Pururuvas in my next upload. Om Namo Narayana Khila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.